Greetings to you all. Hope we're all doing great in our respective locations. Pandora's Media has come again with another heavy one from Pandora's paper. Inside the secret deal between Sambo Dansuki's family and a billionaire government contractor. Thank God is midweek to all my amazing subscribers. Know this, even if you can't see it right now, everything you are currently going through is working in your favor. Be thankful for the lessons. Please give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. During the 37 months that Mr. Dansuki lasted as NSA, Mr. Adesanya had at least two naughty multi-billion-dollar issues to resolve with the Nigerian government. Sometimes in 2013, Nigerian multi-billionaire businessman Leno Adesanya approached a secrecy seller in the British Virgin Islands Trident Trust Company Limited to help family members of Sambo Dansuki, the National Security Advisor at the time, to register a share company, Hydropower Investment Limited. In the documentation submitted for the company's incorporation, Mr. Adesanya indicated that Hydropower Investment was set up to own real estate and investment portfolios. The businessman also indicated that the company would, on behalf of the Dansuki family, hold 1.5 million shares in Sino Africa Nigerian Limited, a 19-year-old company that has him, Adesanya, and a certain Uche Unwokedi as directors. Hydropower Investment Company documents also showed we also hold for the Dansuki 10 million shares in Sunrise Power and Transmission Nigerian Co. Limited, a company that is locked in a long-drawn dispute with the Nigerian government over the Mambila Power Project. The legal dispute is stalling the key funding from the Chinese Exim Bank to execute the Mambila project, an ambitious electricity generation infrastructure considered key to tackling Nigeria's long-standing power sector crisis. The share company, Hydropower Investments, was registered on November 14, 2013, with Mr. Adesanya and Abubakar Atiku Dansuki, a son of a former National Security Advisor, Sambo Dansuki, as directors. But while Mr. Adesanya serves as the face of the company and uses his Lagos home as the contract address for the offshore firm, he holds no single share. The shareholders and ultimate beneficial owners of the company are Abubakar Atiku Dansuki, 17,000 shares, Hassan Sultan Dansuki, 16,500 shares, and Asma Iman Dansuki, 16,500 shares. Abubakar was 31 years old at the time the company was established, while Hassan and Asmia were 16. The three shareholders are children of former NSA Dansuki, one of the most powerful figures in Nigeria at the time. The company was incorporated and awarded a combined 11.5 million shares in Mr. Adesanya's companies, Sunrise and Sino Africa. There is no evidence that Mr. Dansuki or his children paid for the shares. When the registration agent Trident Trust Company sought to know how the shareholders sourced the funds with which they planned to acquire the assets. Mr. Adesanya simply provided a vague response, telling them the assets would be carried interest through a loan to be arranged by the sponsor, Leno Adesanya, of the project. The uncovering of Mr. Adesanya's offshore link with the Dansuki family came from Pandora papers, a trove of 11.9 million leaked confidential records obtained by the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists, ICIJ. It remains unclear why Mr. Adesanya would provide a loan to buy several million shares from his own companies in favor of the children of one of the country's most powerful political personalities at the time. Mr. Adesanya, speaking through his representative, said he derived no favors from Mr. Dansuki and added that the children wanted to start doing businesses and they were advised by me to set up an offshore company for discretionary purposes. Premium Times has no evidence that that was the case here, although Mr. Dansuki was a key political office holder in Nigeria at the time. Two of Mr. Adesanya's companies were seeking major favors from the Nigerian government. Responding to an inquiry from Premium Times, Mr. Dansuki said, through a representative, he did not ask Mr. Adesanya to register the company for his children. He said business people sometimes render unsolicited favor to government officials even without their knowledge. He added that, moreover, his children were adults who would make business decisions on their own. However, Mr. Adesanya appeared to have strategized hard to keep his business relationship with the Dansukis a top secret. For one, although the share transfer transaction was done about 8 years ago, the businessman is yet to file documents at the Corporate Affairs Commission reflecting the new ownership structure of both Sunrise Power and Sino Africa that has left the CAC in the dark about the changes. In what also appeared a strategy to conceal the identity of the Dansuki kids, Mr. Adesanya, in correspondence with Trident Trust, kept referring to them as his cousins. When he was asked to provide proof of address for the three shareholders, the businessman falsely claimed the Dansuki lived with him in his Lagos address and then provided a notarized document to back the claim. Sambo Dansuki, a retired army and father of the three hydropower investment shareholders, was appointed National Security Advisor on June 22, 2012 by then-President Goodluck Jonathan. During the 37 months that Mr. Dansuki lasted as NSA, Mr. Adesanya had at least two naughty multi-billion-dollar issues to resolve with the Nigerian government. For about 20 years before the Jonathan government took charge, a business dispute had arisen between the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) and Lotin Investment Limited, a BVI company owned by Mr. Adesanya and his family, over a contract for the supply of ocean vessels with equipment for the storage of petroleum products and related activities. Soon after the end of the Jonathan administration, the Anti-Graft Agency, EFCC, launched an investigation into a bribery scheme involving indicted former Petroleum Minister Dazani Alison Maduke, some bank chiefs and oil tycoons. Those investigated included Mr. Adesanya and Benedict Peters, managing director of Etio Group, were accused of bribing officers of the electoral body INEC with an estimated 23 billion naira at the prevailing rate to influence the 2015 elections. In addition to the cash brought by Ms. Maduke, companies belonging to Mr. Adesanya and Mr. Peters were said to have contributed to the slush fund. Some INEC officers were charged and a number of them have been convicted and jailed. Ms. Maduke was also charged, but she shunned her trial. Mr. Dansuki, too, was arrested in December 2015 by the State Security Service over allegations by diverted $2.1 billion security funds. The Buhari government repeatedly cited national security concerns for Mr. Dansuki's continued detention despite courts ordering his release. The DSS eventually released Mr. Dansuki in December 2019. But please kindly give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Nigerian, my country, the land of lies, deceits, and corruption. The more you look, the less you see. The more you hear, the less you understand. Based on paddy, scratch my back, make I scratch your back. Now so our government will just overlook all these revelations. After all, as the present government are busy perfecting their looting, the next government will be ready, available to cover their yansh. Unless negotiations no work. You got it? Sorrow no go finish for any family, putting the poor Nigerians in hunger in the land of the plenty. But please kindly give this video a thumbs up and please click on the notification button for more authentic news. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.